Should be okay. Alright. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. What's your name?
Mr. Walls.
What's your, full name?
Mr. Michael Walls. Michael Paul Walls.
This is Drogheda Grammar School, home to a teacher by the name of Mr. Walls. From the outside, he seems painfully average, but look a little closer and you'll see he's anything but. So what subjects do you teach?
I teach junior science and physical education to all year groups. I've always had when I was in school myself, interest in biology. Biology is probably my favourite subject in school. Human biology, PE wasn't necessarily a subject, but obviously we had PE class and I enjoyed all sorts of sports and just general physical activity and moving around. I probably didn't decide to be a teacher until I was in my late 20s, I'd say, which is obviously not that long ago, so I am in my 30s. I was born in the 80s.
Is that true?
It is 100% true. I'm not here to tell it.
And how long have you been teaching in Drogheda Grammar School?
5 years.
God, that's long.
To some. But, yes.
I suppose you are quite old.
In my 30s.
From the start, I knew Mr. Walls would be a difficult subject. To truly get behind the walls, I would need to speak to the people who know him best. His co-workers.
I've known Mr. Walls now for about 5 years. 5 long years. Some longest years of my life.
Coming up on 18 months, but it could be 10 years.
Since end of August.
2.5, probably about 2 years, 7-8 months.
I feel like I've known him all my life, really. But a year, really.
I've known Mr. Walls since September.
I was born in Galway, but I grew up in Mullingar, County Westmeath.
His worst trait? He's from Westmeath.
Cares too much. Cares too much. See that guy here at 20 to 6 every evening.
I really enjoy teaching.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Walls is flawless.
He tells me something's going to happen and I do it while he goes home.
Mr. Walls and his worst trait. Is this a trick question?
His worst trait? What question's that? He probably spends too much time volunteering or something.
What do you think makes you different from other teachers?
I don't know if I necessarily am different.
He can teach any subject. I don't know if you knew that. He taught me everything I know about art in just a month. He's pretty outstanding.
I presume we're not all exactly the same.
Injuries are rare. Like only once every 2 or 3 days, which is pretty. It used to be a lot worse.
But I'd say there's a lot of similarities with other teachers.
When he's in the zone and you see him out there on the hockey pitch, roaring at kids and shouting, I mean, you just move to tears, dumbstruck.
So I wouldn't say I'm that much different, but obviously I am not the same.
What do you think got you the job as a teacher here?
I think they were stuck for someone to cover exams, and then I got my foot in the door and basically they forgot to tell me to leave.
He is a leader of men, women and children, not just in this school, but in all of the Skerries, Dundalk. It's kind of like in the Pale.
What's with me dinner? His wife and kids may have been there.
I am the best male PE teacher in this school.
Are there any other male PE teachers in school?
Not that I am aware of.
I feel the relationship I have with Mr. Walls is an inspirational relationship. He inspires me every day.
What do you think is the best thing about him?
It's hard to put your finger on it. It's got the X factor, hasn't
The
it?
very best thing, I think he's quite laid back, pretty much lying down.
Best thing about Mr. Walls is his name. He has a brilliant name.
His name is Wall. Walls.
It's not great if you have to think this long, is it?
Now, would you consider yourself a good teacher?
It's not really for me to decide whether I'm good or bad. I try my best.
I think he's definitely up there as one of the best teachers in the school. He's certainly one of the more enthusiastic teachers. Wears sportswear even when teaching science, just so that he can get a good run at the lab.
No, not whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I put on a uniform and put on a little wig and sneak into the back of his class just to learn about science. He's that good of a teacher.
No, I'm sure he is. He's never taught me now. I know he's old.
I am in my 30s.
But he didn't teach me, so. From what I hear, he's well liked, so I'd say he's
No. Mr. Walls, eager to work, more eager to appear to work.
Would you say there's something wrong with him on a mental level?
Something wrong. I think he might be, is the word, a savant?
Apart from caring too much, there's not a hell of a lot of change, really.
He might have a flaw or two, but his endearing nature, compulsive need to help, compulsive need to play ping pong, it all adds up for the person that he is, and I don't think any of us would change him for anybody, except maybe Mr. Hancock.
There's probably something wrong with most people. Maybe I'm willing to admit it.
What is behind the walls?
Support from a lot of people in the school, other teachers. They know that I struggle a lot and they're here to help me with timekeeping, general teaching, car maintenance, hygiene. I have a lot of support.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you that again. I'll give you a few seconds to come up with a better answer. Because this is like the defining line of the thing. You need to come up with something.
What was the question? What's behind?
What is behind the wall? Like,
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, just something better than that. No, that was good. We'll use parts of it, but we need something more than that. What is the thing what's something that makes you tick? What is, behind the face of Mr. Walls?
Adventure. You gotta ask the question again. Wait, I haven't had the answer.
What is behind the walls?
Behind the walls. Can I give a one-word answer?
Yes.
Bundles of energy and fun.
That's not one word.
Rubbish. To university in St. Mary's in London, in Twickenham, also known as Strawberry Hill.
I think he's a traitor.